Hey guys, and welcome to Quality Shot. I am really pleased to hopefully be joined by Vinny in a second, and we're going to be talking about day four of the England versus India test match. So really looking forward to it. Vinny, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, it's been not the most interesting day of cricket, but I know the Pakistan South Africa match came to conclusion, which you reviewed earlier. That was good to follow, but this wasn't the best to watch. But it'd be interesting. Day five's coming along nice, but I'm doing well. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, you're right. I think it wasn't the most riveting day, as you said. So there's not too much to cover, I would say. But yeah, I think it sets up a nice day five. Let's put it that way. And it's going to be an intriguing one. I think England are firmly in the driving seat. They've set India 420 to chase, and India trailing. Well, they need an extra 381 runs tomorrow after ending the day on 39 for one. Just to summarize very briefly the day, and then we can talk on some of the, I guess, talking points from the day, which will probably more revolve around England's decision to not declare, which kind of, I guess, there are a lot of question marks around that and how long they should have batted for, etc. But India came into the day batting actually, and they were 257 for six with the Washington Sundar on 33 not out and Ashwin on 8 not out. They then proceeded to, I mean, they ended up putting on a pretty decent score of 337, thanks to a very good 85 from Washington Sundar off 138. Him and Ashwin put on a nice little partnership of just 80 runs, which is really crucial at that point in the match as well. And after Ashwin got out, Washington Sundar just started trying to hit out basically, but get runs quickly because he knew the tail weren't going to put up much resistance, and they didn't, unfortunately. So actually, it was Leach and Anderson that did the damage to the tail here. And so, I mean, in the end, best with four, Leach with two for Archer, two for Anderson, and Stokes and Root went wicketless, but they didn't bowl too many overs between them. Then we went on to the innings, and first ball of the innings, and I think this is the first time it's happened. It hasn't happened that many times in Test matches that the first delivery is a wicket. I think so. Ashwin got Rory Burns with a very good delivery that gripped and turned, and I think Rory Burns will be cursing his luck, let's say, because it was a very good delivery from Ashwin, and he proceeded really to bowl in pretty much the same way and ended up picking up a six for Joe Root, but just 40 off 32, almost a little T20 innings and just sweeping everything. He just seems like he's in great form when he does it in general. I mean, obviously he fell for 40. Bumrah got him LBW with one that kept low, but I mean, as you said, he's just in terrific form, isn't he?
Yeah, he's in a great touch, and I think there was an over where he just swept one of Ashwin or Nadeem, where he swept them with back-to-back sweeps, and you just think this guy's in supreme touch, and the fact that he was off like a decent strike rate as well, I think, yeah, which is really impressive and just what England needed at that time.
Yeah, 100%. I think they just wanted to score quickly, didn't they? Really, to post a pretty, I would say, imposing total for India to chase, and that's what they tried to do. Ollie Pope with a decent little 28, and Joss Buttler with 24, Don Best 25. But really, it was weird because there was a period of the game when I think Butler and Bess were trying to score runs quickly, and then what happened was I think they got a message from the dressing room telling them, actually, we need you to bat a certain amount of time, and I think they actually wanted to bowl later on. They didn't want to get the runs and kind of get out quickly. They wanted to maybe stay at the crease a little bit of time and give the bowlers a shorter burst. That's what it seemed to me, and that's what it seemed to be the game plan anyway, which I think a lot of people were saying was a bit strange because once they got to that 380 lead, people were saying they should have declared. Let's touch upon that because I think that's the biggest real talking point. Is England obviously they didn't declare, they got bowled out in the end for 178. But should they have declared venue earlier, do you think? And do you think maybe it was they were flogging a dead horse a little bit, and they should have had a bit more faith in themselves to say, actually, maybe we've got a lead here of 380. Should they have really declared around there, or do you think they were right to wait and then eventually put up that total lead of 420?
It's a difficult one, isn't it, Fizan? I think if England win this match, no one will talk about this declaration. But if India draw it or potentially win it, then they will be talking about this. However, given the circumstances, given it's the first Test match of the series, I think it's better to go for the safe approach and try and make sure India can't win. Because I think the back of Joe Root's mind was the fact that India chased down that total in Australia, in Brisbane, to go 2-1 up in that series. And I think it was the record, one of the record, was beating Australia for the first time at the Gabba. And I think the thing is with India, they especially Rishabh Pant as well and other players, they play such an attacking way that they can easily get to that score. And I think they wanted to make sure an India win is out of the equation. But still, it is possible. But I just found it weird that after tea, they just went defensive, which I found very strange. But even make a decision. I think they were kind of caught in two minds. But I can see why Joe Root played a cautious approach, but it's England game to win. They're in a driving seat. Why is everyone making a fuss about this? They're still got every chance to win this.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think maybe it's because a lot of people were saying that they weren't really bothered about the lead. I think if they had a lead of 380, but it was later in the day, they would have declared. So it was to do with time, I think, more than anything. And people were just finding that strange because they had enough runs on the board. And it was like, why not give yourself the biggest chance possible to have as many overs at the Indian lineup? But maybe it's just because they wanted the bowlers to stay fresh for tomorrow as well. I don't know what the kind of thought process behind it was. But yeah, I agree with you. I think it's easy for us to sit here and say it's a big issue. But really, if England win this very convincingly tomorrow, which... Look, I mean, I think I will discuss this in a little bit, but I think that's probably what should happen. Whether it does or not, we'll see. But that's where the game seems to be heading. That they're going to bowl India out and win this Test match. Then everyone will forget about it, as you said. But if not, as Sir Esther Cook was saying, then I think he was of the opinion that they should have declared earlier. I think he was saying, but he said, look, I can sit here and say this, but as you said, we can be sitting here this time tomorrow and England have won and no one really cares. So I think that's a very good point. In terms of the chase then, Venu, so they need 420, right? It's never been done before. It's the highest ever total, but I've said it before, you said it before, records are there to be broken. So it's not out of the realms of possibility. Just because it hasn't been done before doesn't mean it can't be done in the future. And who knows? I mean, India are a powerhouse of a batting lineup. I think in general, they got off to a decent start. Rohit Sharma looked very aggressive against Jofra Archer, whose speed was a little bit down actually. They actually opened up with Archer and Leach, which I want to discuss a little bit. But Rohit Sharma got out to Leach, and what a peach of a delivery, right? Absolute peach. I mean, he was a bit loose, I thought, in the first few overs, and then he just got this one that it's on middle leg stump, and he set him up quite nicely. I think the two balls before, one was a bit wider, the same length though. The next one was pretty much a similar spot, but slightly more wide, and then the delivery, the wicket ball delivery, was a bit straighter, going towards that middle leg stump, and he got it to grip and turn and it hit the top of off stump, and it was just one of those beautiful deliveries from a left arm around the wicket. What do you think of that wicket?
Yeah, lovely. As a spinner myself, it's just, you look at it, I think that's how you want to get your wickets, right? Just completely done the batsman. He completely done Rohit Sharma there. And let's be honest, Rohit Sharma's a good player of spin, so well done Jack Leach for doing that. So yeah, just a quality. I think that's a wicket you would have been pleased with, Fazan, as you're a fellow spinner.
Yeah, leg spinner as well. So I mean, turning it the same. I mean, it's like a dream delivery, right? To get it pitching on middle and leg and hitting the top of off. 100%.
I think I've done that. I think I've done that once in my. I bowled that before when I got someone out like that. It's just like so good, such a good feeling.
100%. Cryptic, thanks for joining. Yeah, Pakistan did win. If you do want to check out the review for that, I did one with Ashwin earlier. It was a live. It should be on the channel. Hopefully it's processed, so go and check that out. But yeah, we talked about it in depth, so go and check that out for sure. I think Venu, 100%. That was one of those deliveries that that's all you want, right? It's that magic ball for a leg spinner or a left arm off spinner where it pitches on middle of the leg and it just grips and turns and it just does the batsman ends up and they're coming forward to it. And it's just beauty. It's just an absolute beauty, really, from him. It really was. What was your opinion on not giving Anderson the new ball? Because I was slightly, I think. I know that Archer's very effective, but I feel like he would have been effective first change. And if they wanted to go with Leach, which clearly it seemed like the right decision after getting a wicket and a vital wicket in Rohit Sharma, would you have gone with Anderson to open up? What do you think?
That's a good question, Fizz. I'm not too sure, really. I do think a spinner needs to open up at one end. That's for sure. So the question is, do I open with Archer or do I open with Anderson? Now, I think I would have said Archer because he's a lot quicker, would have roughened up the batsman as well. And it'd be I think it'd be nice having a spinner another end and an express pace at one end. And I think I would have personally opened up with Archer.
Okay, so you would have gone with Archer and Leach. Yeah, that's fair enough. I think for me, I can see why, because with the new ball, I think he gets a bit more zip. I think in hindsight, it's easy to say it, but he wasn't bowling very quickly. And actually, it's funny. There was an over from James Anderson where he got it up to 140 40 Ks, which is really quick for him, right? Like, we don't normally see him getting up to, that's like 86, 87 miles an hour from James Anderson, which is pretty rapid for him. Like, he's old, right? He's old, like, let's just be honest, but he's very skillful still. And Archer was not really hitting 140 at all. So it was a weird one. I think personally, maybe I would have gone with Anderson with the new ball just because I feel like that's probably his most effective. And I would have given him a couple of overs and then just seen whether he can do something. But I agree with you to have Leach at the other end, 100%, because I think maybe because of the turning conditions, it was the right thing to do. Before we wrap up, actually, it's worth noting Ishant Sharma got his 300th wicket. Really impressive from him. Obviously, he's put in a hard. I mean, look, bowling in India as in home conditions is not easy. So, well done to him.
I think in terms of Indian pace bowlers, only Kapil Dev and Zaheer Khan are ahead of him in terms of wicket takers. So he's done well for himself, Sharma. The workhorse of the Indian attack, that's for sure.
Yeah, 100%. No, 100%. I think he does. He probably doesn't get the plaudits he maybe deserves. But yeah, he's the workhorse for sure. And just to wrap up, then, Venu, how do you think tomorrow's going to go? Are we going to see a record-breaking 420 from India? I mean, Shubman Gill and Pujara are in. It could even be a draw, or do you think England are going to bowl them out? What do you think?
Oh, I'm not too sure. Let's see how the first session goes tomorrow. Then I'll make my mind up.
Okay.
But the thing is, England are completely bossing this Test match, and anyone having a go at their declaration, just come on, just get a grip. Come on. But
do you think? But if India say for example they draw it and England have them 8-9 down, then they'll revisit it, won't they? I think that's the issue. Maybe, I don't know. I think that, but you're right, Venu. I think it's difficult to say it now because they put themselves in a good position. Let's put it that way. 100%.
Yeah, they have, and they've done all the hard work. Then why would you risk potentially, losing the Test match? And I think, I think it's right when the time they declared. I think it's a bit odd that they didn't really go all out attack. But going tomorrow, England are definitely in the driving seat, and hopefully they'll win. And India not going to win. But they could get a draw. I think it's going to be interesting tomorrow. I think there's going to be a period tomorrow where India could think, do we go for the win here or do we go for the draw? And I think that's going to happen tomorrow. But England will still win.
I think actually for some reason I feel like this India team is quite attacking, and like some teams they have, as you said, they have that thinking that okay, we can potentially get a draw here. I feel like, and I might be wrong, but obviously I don't know the Indian team as well as the Pakistan team, but I feel like this Indian team have the mentality that we want to go out winning, in like we want to go out and try and win it. So I think we will get a result, which is good. So I don't want to see a draw, but I think they may get. I think they'll get 300 plus, but I think England will bowl them out. That's my feeling. But we'll see. Who knows, man? I mean, they've still got some big players coming in. It can take it can really take a fantastic knock. Look what happened with West Indies and Bangladesh with Carl Myers, man. Unbelievable. So and they chased 395.
Yeah.
So that's obviously a lot. That's still less than the 420, but I don't know. Who knows? Anyway, anything else you want to touch on before we wrap up here, Vinny?
Not really. I'm looking forward to following tomorrow. It's going to be a good day of cricket.
Yeah, 100%. And looking forward to doing the match review as well. Hopefully, it's a good, exciting day, and hopefully, it's not. I mean, I think the worst case scenario is if England skittle them really early on. Which even though I want England to win, I'm hoping that doesn't happen. So yeah, hopefully we get a good day's cricket. Cool. Thank you very much, Venu. I'm really happy because, of course, as Cryptic said, Pakistan won today as well. So I'm a happy bunny.
2-0. Well played. Could you guys make it to the final? The Test World Test final. Could you guys make it to the World Test?
No. We've gone up to I think fifth. But yeah, I was saying to Ashraf and to you as well. I think now I'm only one prediction in the tally behind you guys, because I was quite a way behind before. But in this series, I said 2-2. What did you say? What was your prediction for this series?
2-0, Pakistan.
No, sorry. No, it wasn't. It was 1-1. I'm talking about for India, England.
3-1 India.
3-1 India. Okay. I said 2-2. So maybe I can level it. I think I was a bit optimistic with 2-2, but who knows? It might come true. Let's see. Anyway, thanks very much, Benny. So, no questions today.
Why?
No questions today. Why? Probably because of the timing. Also because no one loves us. No, just no questions today.
Oh, that's a shame. I was looking forward to answering some questions. Oh, well.
Next time, I'm sure. It's a Monday as well. So that's probably not at 4:50. I know a few other channels that are doing lives as well. Probably why. But anyway, thank you very much, Benny.
No problem.
And I'm sure we'll have more questions for you to answer next time. I'm sure.
Yeah, I want to answer questions.
This is the first time we haven't had any, to be fair. So.
It's like a classroom where no one asks questions. It's just the worst.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Cool. Thanks, guys. Stay safe and make sure you come on and answer and ask questions, as when you said. Thanks.